Welcome back to Your Real Estate Voice with Barb Schlinker. She is the voice and she's the host of the program. This is the weekly radio show that informs and educates you on how to buy or sell real estate. It does it with Barb Schlinker, the owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Barb, you often talk about a home seller's biggest dilemma, having to sell a home before they buy their next home. What a catch-22. Most home sellers want to be sure their sale will go as planned, so most home sellers will not take a contract contingent on another home selling. So, what are the top ways a home seller can buy their next home without having to sell their current home? How do you get around that catch-22?
Yeah, that's a really tough problem for most buyers that have to sell a home to perform. Now, there are some really cool options out there. There's one company that will actually um, give you the money. It's kind of like a home equity line of credit, but if you have home equity, they will basically provide the money for you up front so you can buy your next home first. And then you have 90 days after you close to sell your current home and just pay off that money when your home sells. So it's pretty cool. There's some solutions out there for people that are in that situation. A lot of people have fear of taking on that kind of it would be basically just a lien against their current home. But it is a way to solve the problem because a lot of people don't want to move twice. That's very difficult to have to move from a house to storage into the house or whatever in order to make it happen and make the timing work out right. Right now, we're still in the seller's market overall. The market is very good. It's not like the bidding war days. I don't think we'll ever see a market like that again. But a seller's market is defined as homes selling in less than 90 days. We're about half of that right now. There's also low inventory. There's higher demand, and that's for the people that can afford homes right now. And what we're seeing is an increase in prices. So going into the future, inventory is going to slowly go up, but I think the demand is going to consume that inventory very, very quickly. The average prices are rising as well, which is a good thing for sellers, but it's not fun for buyers. I was actually talking to my husband about this morning. He goes, the problem with people waiting for the interest rates to come down is that when they do come down, it's going to cause the real estate prices to go up. Why not just get into a home and then you can refinance later? What do you think of that logic, Richard?
On it, but it makes sense to me. I mean, there are ways around some of these things, and I'm afraid some people might think, "Gosh, there's nothing I can do." Yeah, there is something you can do, and that's give Barb Schlinker a call.
Well, thank you. So all of the experts are saying that the home inventory is going to remain low. Builders are doing quite well right now in this market. And part of the reason why they're doing really well is that they're offering fabulous incentives for home buyers. They will pay all of their closing costs. They will buy down their interest rates. They are just bonusing the heck out of them at the closing table to get them in the door, to get them with a lower payment, with a brand new, fresh product. Some of these builders are even completing all the landscaping and the air conditioning and the window coverings and the garage door opener. All you have to do is move in and drop your stuff and get on with your life. So I think it's brilliant what they're doing, to be honest with you. And if you're a older home or just a resale home and you're having to compete with buyers in your neighborhood, you either have to be priced very aggressively to get the attention of those new construction buyers, or you have to offer similar incentives, in my view. That's the way you do it. So I think, going forward, it's going to be a little bit tough with those home buyers that have a house to sell. There are some lenders and some builders that won't allow the buyers to buy their next home until their current home is sold. And some of those builders will say, okay, we'll take a sale contingency, but only until this point. And so there's still going to be a gap between when you're closed on your house that you're selling to when your new house is ready. So that makes it very, very challenging. So I have some solutions for you. The first one, which is the easiest and probably the most profitable for sellers, is to get your home under contract. Makes total sense to me. Once you have your home under contract, most sellers are willing to accept that deal. Now, there is a risk to them that the contract could fall out, and that happens once in a while. However, at least they know you're heading towards the finish line. And so that's one option. The other is to buy your next home first with one of those programs I mentioned, where you use one of these programs. And to find out about it, just give us a call, 719-301-3900. We'll be happy to share with you all of our strategies to help you make that transition. But this particular one's pretty cool. Basically, you can borrow up to about 80% of your equity if you have equity in your home, and they will lend it to you, but you don't have to make payments on it. It's like a lien on your house. And then after you take the money, you move, then you sell your home, and you have 90 days to get that done, and you just pay back the lien. And if it takes longer, then they'll give you extensions. The downside is some people are worried about it not selling in time. I talked to a seller actually just the other day that is getting what they call a recast option, in that they're basically buying their next home first, and then when their home sells, which will be after they buy their new home, they take the net proceeds, put it down on their current loan, and the lender readjusts the payment down to the lower payment based on the new balance without refinancing. That is huge. That's a really cool thing. It only costs a few $100s, and there's a few local lenders in town that offer that program, and it's spectacular. So that is something that can really work for people if you have some equity in your home. So my name is Barb Schlinker, and I am the broker owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Barb has the buyer's team and the host of this show. And I find that the biggest dilemma for most home sellers and most buyers, probably 70% of the buyers out there, have a house to sell. So they have this ball and chain to deal with. And we have multiple programs that we can help you with to solve this problem. So when we come back, we're going to talk about some more solutions to your biggest dilemma, top ways to buy your next home without selling your current home, versus going on the market and dealing with all the craziness of selling a home. So if you are thinking of making a move, we offer a free in-home consultation on what to do and what not to do to get top dollar. We'll give you a really good idea what price range your home will sell for, exactly how much you'll put in your pocket when it sells, go over all the closing costs. We will also market your home to our huge database of buyers, including our 27,866 buyers in waiting, our citywide buyer agent network, our buyers on Zillow, our buyers on Realtor.com, and our cash buyers. So give us a call, 719-301-3900. Richard?
You're listening to Your Real Estate Voice with Barb Schlinker of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. She's the voice and she's the host of the program. And you can reach her at 719-301-3900. We're talking about the elephant in the room, having the dilemma of needing your equity out of your current home in order to buy your next home. What are some of the solutions for home sellers that have a home to sell, Barb?
Well, if you're sitting on a good amount of equity to buy your next home, if you're getting conventional financing, you only need 20% down. And there are loans out there where you can do conventional 10% down, 5% down. I've even seen 3% down conventional loans. If you have the benefit of a VA loan, there is no limit. You don't have to put any down when you buy your next home. But you can pull the equity out of your current home with what they call a home equity line of credit to do your down payment. And some of these lenders around here, these local lenders will offer them. They're very simple. It just takes 5 pieces of paper that you sign, and you could pull the money if you need it, or leave it there as an open line of credit until you sell your home. So if you take that out, then there's no need to sell first. But the only kicker of that type of program is that you actually have to qualify for the payments on the home equity loan, whatever payment you might have on your current home and the next home that you're buying. The one that I just mentioned, where you buy your home now and sell your home later by pulling the equity, that one's a little bit different because you don't have payments on it. You don't have to qualify for that lien that's against the house, which is really crucial. I think they charge about 2.5% on the money. So that's an option if you're tight on the qualification. The other option, probably the simplest thing, is just to sell your home first. Get the proceeds first. There are a lot of people that do that. They just want to get it sold, get it done, and not worry about it. But the downside is that you might have to stay somewhere on a temporary basis until your next home is ready. Like if you're building a home, it could take 6 to 12 months to get a home finished from start to finish. And I find that a lot of people won't make any kind of move unless they have their destination picked out. But we offer all kinds of really cool guarantees, like we'll guarantee your home sells at your price or we'll pay you the difference. We'll also guarantee upfront multiple cash offers on your home. So a lot of people would like to know, hey, I can sell this home. We actually have 64 or 65 high net worth cash buyers. And some of them are paying pretty darn close to market value now. So that's a good sign. The one benefit of that is you don't have to deal with a bunch of strangers coming through your house. You don't have to do the big preparation to make your house look pretty. There'd be no pictures of your home other than the ones that are sent to the investor, but it's not publicly online. And you can basically sell your home as is with all its faults and all of its problems. So whichever solution is best for you, we pride ourselves in being able to have basically a Batman tool belt of a bunch of problems, a bunch of ways to solve that problem. So if you'd like to get a free in-home consultation, give you a really good idea what your home will sell for. We can even show up with cash offers on your home and show you exactly how much you'll put in your pocket when it sells, go over all the closing costs, as well as give you tips. Some people don't know what they're supposed to fix and not fix if they're going to do the traditional thing. And you'd be surprised how sometimes we'll tell people, don't worry about that. It's not a problem. So it's good information. It saves them money and time. And it's a free consultation. Of course, you're never obligated to sell. Give us a call, 719-301-3900, or go to barbhasthebuyers.com. Richard?
If you're thinking of making a move and you're looking to trade up to another home, call Barb and her team at 719-301-3900. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll be covering, do you get more money when selling to a cash buyer or to a traditional buyer? Stay tuned for that.